Okay, so in terms of your short story, so in writing, I'm not a writer, but in terms of writing, what happens is that the first uh, the first short the short story that you write for the first time,
Yeah.
will it be the best short story in the world?
No.
No. Okay, so what happens is that we call that a draft. Tanay,
Yeah.
please don't play. Tanay,
Yeah.
everything that you do to the computer, it gets recorded into video. Okay, that's gonna that's gonna make it hard for other people to watch the video, understand what's going on. Okay,
Okay.
I only spend 2 hours with you every week, only 2 hours. Okay, you're not
Mhm.
gonna become a super hacker 2 hours a week. Okay, if you don't pay attention. Okay. Okay, so your short story that we would consider a draft. Now in coding, we have this concept of iteration. Okay? So
Consideration.
well, okay, good, good. So iteration,
Mm-hmm.
listen carefully because I'm gonna ask you to repeat it. Iteration is
Iteration
the process.
is
I'm
the
sorry, I got it
process.
wrong. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Iteration is the repetition, repetition, right? Doing
Iteration is the
looping, right?
repetition.
Doing the same thing over and over, okay? But it's not doing the same thing exactly over and over, okay?
What do you mean they're not doing the
You're
same?
doing something. You're following some steps, but it's not always exactly the same. Iteration is the repetition
Iteration
of
is the repetition
of a process
of a process
that moves
that moves
closer to a
that
solution.
closer to a solution.
Okay.
Iteration is a process that moves closer to the solution.
Okay. So, you know what ants are, right? You've seen ants, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the ant colony have to do every day to survive?
Get food.
Very good. You're very smart. The ants need to get food. Now, how do they find food though? Do they know where the food? Does the queen know where the food is?
No, they
No.
basically like hunters. They hunt. They hunt for food.
But how do they? You're an ant. Imagine you're a tiny, tiny little ant, right?
Okay.
How would you find food? How do you do that?
I would go with the rest. I would go with the rest of my colony. And
The most of the colony, but the whole
not the
colony cannot.
colony, but like, is it just me going alone, or is it
Well, look at the ants. Do you see a whole bunch of ants? What do you see a lot
like
of times?
a whole
Look,
bunch of ants?
but wait a minute. But that's only after they found the food. Okay. How do they find food? What does the ant colony have to do? Today, stay in the center of the camera. Okay.
Okay. The ant colony
What does it has to send out? What?
has to send out troops to find food.
Right. Right. Now, does every ant that goes out that leaves the colony will it find food?
Not necessarily.
No. No. But let's say there is. Let's say you're outside and you're eating your hot dog and you accidentally drop it on the ground. Right.
Yeah, you don't want to eat it anymore.
You know you're not gonna eat it. You just say, oh, I'm just gonna leave it. Okay. I'm not saying you're a litter bug, but it's a story. Okay. You went outside. You're eating a hot dog. Ooh, it fell down out of your hands, and it's a half-eaten hot dog that's on the in the grass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just leave it there, right?
Yeah.
Now there's an ant colony, let's say 10 feet away, right?
Yeah, they
Okay.
would just need to mark 10 feet, get
Now
the food,
does the ant
mark.
colony know that there's food that you does the queen, the ant workers, do they know that you dropped a half-eaten hot dog on the grass somewhere?
No,
No,
not
have no
yet.
idea. But what is the ant colony doing every day?
Go going to search if somebody dropped a half-eaten hot dog or burger
No,
or
they don't
something.
know. They don't know anything about half-eaten hot. They're just looking for food, right?
Yeah,
So the colony has to send out scouts to
yeah.
find food. So like one ant is just going in random directions, right? The ant doesn't know where it's
Okay.
going. It just going in a random direction, okay? So
Yeah.
what happens when one ant finds food? What happens? What does the ant do?
Then the ant goes back to the colony with the food.
No, it doesn't. Well, not well. It's the ant's small. It can't. You can't carry the whole hot dog. Okay.
Ants can
Compare.
lift 3 times their body weight. So yes,
Well,
they
but
can.
your hot dog is still too big. So what the ants do is they leave a trail. They leave a chemical trail. Okay. But the chemical trail of one ant is very weak. So what does the ant colony have to do?
Send out a lot of troops.
They need to send out more ants, and the other ants will then add their chemical trail to the path to where you left the hot dog, right?
Yep.
Okay. So every time the ants go out every day and look for food, that's what we would call an iteration, okay? The colony is iterating a process, right? That does what?
Finds food.
Well, the solution, right? Gets closer to the solution. What happens if the ant colony has no food and no water, Tanay? Okay, right. The ant colony dies. Okay? Okay? So the ant colony must find food and water every day. Okay? Otherwise, the ant babies, the larva, will die. Right? The ant queen will die. The ant queen dies, has no food, no water, the colony dies, right? So the solution every day is for the ant colony, but they don't know where the food is. They have no idea.
They just have to find it. Sometimes
they just have to find it. So they have the ant colony has the ant colony do is iterating. What is iteration again?
Iteration is the process of
the repetition. Because the ant colony can't send one ant to find food. How many ants does the ant colony have to send out? Tanay, please don't play with the camera. How many ants? I'm sorry. How many ants does the ant colony have to send out?
Like at least over 100.
A lot of ants. A lot of the ants are searching for food to bring back to the ant colony. Okay. Okay. So you could think of each ant as a repetition. Okay. It's repeating, right? Ant is going out trying to find food. Another ant is going out to find food. Okay. Now, when they do find food, one ant comes back, leaves a chemical trail. Then another ant will follow that chemical trail and then make that trail stronger so that the other ants can follow that trail. Because the ants can't really see anything, right?
Wait, ants are blind?
Well, what they can see is very limited. They need to smell. They sense with their antenna. They sense with their antenna and their smell, okay? It's a chemical antenna. It senses chemicals, okay? You can Google it later, okay? Okay? So the ant colony, you could think of the ant colony as a computer, right? And it has a computer program. They have a computer program that's looking for the solution, which is where's the food, right? That's the solution they need, right? Okay? Yep. So let's try again. Iteration is the is the repetition. What was the rest of it?
Of a process of moving closer to a solution.
Okay. So the 3 key words you need to remember, and if you want to write it down, you can. Repetition, process, solution. Okay. Repetition, process, solution. You can write it down if you want. Yeah, so the whole point of having a computer and learning the code is that instead of you doing all the work, you have the computer. You're the ant queen, and the computer is your ant. So you tell your ants to look for food. The ants don't know where the food is. They have no idea. But the ants will iterate. They will repeat a process that moves closer to a solution. Am I making any sense? Okay.
Totally not confusing.
Okay, I hope so. Now, okay, I know your brother was able to run really at the beginning. but let's forget that because that's not what happens to most babies. Most
Wait,
babies,
what?
well, wait a minute. Most babies, they need to crawl
And
before
then
they can
walk.
walk, and then they
Yeah,
need to
that's
learn
what
to
happened.
walk before they can run. Now, now, even when babies crawl, do they crawl very well?
No.
No.
Some of the babies' heads are really heavy, so they.
Right. Right, and that's a problem. You see, the babies' heads are very big compared to their body, so it's very hard for them to walk. So they're going to be crawling, for a while before they can walk. Okay.
Okay.
So when a when you were a baby, you crawled, and even when you were crawling, you were not crawling that fast. You were crawling kind of slow. Okay. So even with crawling, what did you have to do every day to crawl better, faster?
Iterate.
Right, you have to iterate. You have to practice crawling. So every time you were crawling, you got better at crawling. You were faster and faster and faster. And then when you started to walk, what would happen when you started to walk? What happened all the time? You would try to walk, and then what would happen? You would fall, right? You would fall, okay? Okay, but then what happens? Eventually, you try to walk, you fall. Eventually, what happens?
I am walking like a normal human being.
Right. You walk, you fall. Eventually, as a baby, you learn to walk. And then even when you're walking for the first time, you're not really walking that fast. You're walking kind of slow, right? Kind of wobbly, right? So even after you started to walk, it took some time for you to, walk faster and faster and faster, right? Right?
Yep.
And we know, like your little brother, right? He's
Yeah.
how old? He's 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's 2 years old and he runs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very fast now, right? But he didn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't just born and then he started to run. It was
That would
took.
be funny.
Yeah, he had to practice. He had to iterate.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what happens to most video games when they come out?
You have to learn how to play them before you are a pro.
Okay. But what is the problem with the? Well, what's the problem with new video games? When you download a new video game, what's usually the problem with it?
You don't know how to play it.
Okay, but I'm saying, what about the game? Do you notice that is the game perfect? Does everything work correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're lucky if it does. But today, what normally happens is when you buy a video game, when you download a new video game, usually you have at least a few bugs, if not a lot of bugs. Okay? Why did the?
I have like 0 bugs.
I'm sorry?
All the games I have are made from Nintendo, so
Okay.
they have like 0 bugs.
Okay. They do a really good job. But other games, other platforms, especially PC games, they get pushed out and they usually have a lot of bugs. Why did the game publisher push out a game that has a lot of bugs? Why do you think they did that?
So they can make money fast.
Well, yeah, right. What would happen if they try to make the game perfect?
Then they would have to wait to get their money.
Right, okay. Now, what does the game publisher usually do with the bugs? What eventually do they do?
Eventually they have to fix it.
Right, eventually fix it. Okay. So every time, right. Otherwise the customers will be very, very angry. So what the video game publishers do, they will push out updates. Okay. Now, does everything get fixed with the first update?
No.
No, never happens like that. Usually, sometimes the updates cause more bugs.
What? How?
Well, so sometimes the updates cause more bugs, so the game developers have to fix the new bugs plus all the old bugs they have. So, but if you think about it, eventually, let's say the first version of the game is 1.0, right?
Yeah.
It has a lot of bugs. And then they put an update, and then it's 1.1. What would the next update be?
Well, 1.2.
Right. Sometimes it's like 1.2a. But eventually, let's say it goes from 1.2 to 1.3 to 1.4 to 1.5. So what should happen by when it's version 1.1? I'm sorry, 1.5. What should happen?
Usually, most of the bugs are fixed.
Well, most of the worst bugs should get fixed, and you should be able to play the game, most of the game, without any problems. Okay. Now, what the
Yeah.
video game developers and the video game publishers are doing, what are they doing? What are they doing, Tanay? What are they doing?
They're
It's not looping.
iterating.
Right. What did you say again?
Iterating.
Very good. Iterating. Now you have to keep in mind with Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch,
Mm-hmm.
it's a different situation. So I think it's easier for the game publishers to make games with less bugs. But I'm pretty sure that the game does have a bug, but I don't think it's a bug that probably you notice or it's that important to when you play the game. Okay? Because the reality of coding and making video games or a web app or anything, there will be bugs. Okay?
Obviously.
You can always prove the existence of a bug. Okay? A computer error. Can I prove the absence of bugs? Can I show you if I said, "Oh, I programmed this game," and I say, "I guarantee there are no bugs." Did I lie? Did I tell the truth or did I lie?
Depends.
Okay.
Depends. Did you work really hard and
I worked really hard, but
no bugs?
But the sad thing, and your mother can confirm this, the reality is that I can prove the existence of bugs. I cannot prove the absence of bugs. Okay? All computer programs will have bugs. Okay? Sometimes they're easy to find, sometimes they're very hard. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna start sharing. Okay.
Master Han,
Yes, sir.
I'm wearing a school T-shirt.
It's hard. I'm sorry. Your lighting in your room is kind of hard to see. Okay,
Yeah, but
so this is a piece of code art that I made.
uh-huh.
Okay, look at this. Look at the screen that I'm sharing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I call it. What do I call? I forget. I call it
Master Han,
many. I call it. I'm sorry. I forget what I call it.
Master
The
Han,
title. Oh, I forget what I call. What do I call this thing? I'm sorry.
Master Han.
Yes, sir.
There's a speaker in my room, and it just made a really weird sound.
Okay, I don't know. You know what? I don't know why it's not running. Okay, I have no idea. It's not working right now. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. I apologize. It was working before. It might be Zoom. Might be conflicting with Solo Learn. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, I did I just want to show you I did post an assignment for you. Okay?
Tanay A. Did that? Okay.
So there's a link. If you go to the instructions, there will be a link to a trinket.io page. Okay? You see? Today, you're cut off. Move the camera so you're in the picture, okay? Okay, so you just click on the link and it will take you to this trinket page. And it's very simple. It just gives you a chance to practice with the Python shell. So Python has two modes. It has an interactive shell, and it also has as a interpreter script mode. Okay. So this just all it does is really just talks about numbers, okay, in Python. So it's divided into numbers, simple math, modulus, which you should be familiar with, exponents, we haven't covered that, and
What?
order of operation, which we have not covered. So you just click on the different sections, and then you'll get a chance to, and here, this is the interactive shell, okay?
Last one.
Yes, sir.
What's modulus?
We did that before. Modulus, what is the modulus operator? Today, your face is chopped off. Come on, sit up. What is the modulus operator?
I remember it.
What is the modulus operator?
Percent.
But what does it represent? What kind of operation is it?
Modulus. Percentage is the modulus operator.
But what does it represent?
Remainder.
Remainder, very good. Okay. So I'm going to give you control, Tanay. Tanay, please don't play with the, okay? Let's focus, please.
Back.
Okay. Okay, let's focus, okay? I'm going to give you control, okay? Okay, so inside the box, let's type a few numbers, okay? Let's do -5.
Mastermind, did you hear that?
I gave you control.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
Where inside the text box, where you see the little gray box, that's your prompt. So you want to click on that.
Wait.
The little gray box, the little rectangle, No, it's lower. Lower. No, not that one. Lower.
This?
Okay, yes, the little gray rectangle. Yeah. Click on that, and then you can type a number, okay? So then inside of that is the Python the Python shell.
Hey,
And
wait.
let's type negative. I'm sorry?
It's not letting me press it.
Okay, here. I'm sorry.
Wait,
okay.
I'm on control.
You're in control. So you type -5.
Okay.
Okay, and then you hit enter. Okay. So the Python interpreter, it knows what kind of number is -5?
A negative number?
Okay. You forgot everything we did with the quiz cards. What kind of number is -5?
-5 is an integer number.
Okay. All you have to say is integer. Okay, let's do 5.0. What is 5.0? Type 5.0.
5.0 is a float.
Okay.
Okay, let me just type it.
Okay. Now, what happens now in the Python interpreter? You have to keep in mind, you wouldn't type a number like this, right? So if you type something like that, the Python interpreter, it thinks it's a tuple. You don't know what a tuple is, but you see that parentheses with the 1,0?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't put commas. I think you already should notice. You wouldn't put a comma inside of a number because Python is going to confuse. How would we type 1,000 so that Python doesn't get confused?
1,0,0.
Okay, don't tell me. Show me. Don't tell me. Show me. Okay. Right. Very good. Okay. Okay. So I'm not gonna spend the whole this session doing this. I'm just showing you what it is. Okay. Okay. So you can have the Python interpreter do addition. So you take control. So add two numbers together. I'm sorry, 1 second. Let me do. Okay. Now you see those three greater signs?
Wait, the what signs?
Do you see the three greater signs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is what we call the Python shell prompt or prompt. Okay. That's where you tell Python to do, that's where you type your commands to Python. Okay. So let's say you wanted to know what 25 plus 75 was. Okay. And
Okay.
then Python will tell you. Let's try to do that.
Okay. What is 75 plus? I'm
Whoa,
just
whoa,
kidding.
don't tell me. Ask Python. It's a very smart snake, apparently. It can do addition.
Where's the plus sign?
You have to type the plus sign. What are you talking about? You don't know where the
Okay.
plus sign is on your keyboard?
Oh wait,
It's
I
the
found
first
it.
time? Okay.
I need to just click the rectangle. Okay, 25
25.
plus 70.
That's an equal sign. You hit the equal
What?
sign.
Oh,
You have to back up, right? Today you need to practice typing, okay? That's something you do
what?
by yourself. That's not, I don't have the time. I don't have time in 2 hours to teach you typing. You need to practice by yourself, okay? Whatever free time you have, do this lesson, and you should know where all the buttons are, okay?
Master Han,
Okay. Yes, sir.
please move your mouse.
Okay, sorry.
Answer.
Okay. So every time you hit enter, the Python interpreter will try to execute what you told it to do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there are, well, let me see, 1, 2, 3, there are 5 sections, okay? And
Okay.
there's and then I think you finish up with a warm up. Okay? So you understand how this works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You press on the rectangle and then you type the question that you want.
It's pretty straightforward, okay? So hopefully, and I put a link in there. You click on the link and then you'll see this web page, okay? Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about was the story. I need you to, what do I need? Oh, Tanay, where you go?
I'm here.
Your camera is off?
I know. Should I turn it back on?
Yeah. Could you please turn the camera back? Tanay, please don't play with the camera. Okay. So so with your short story, what I would like you to do is, what I want you to do is
Turn it in.
the twins need to actually be the same. Why am I not? Okay, I think this is, so the twins actually need to be the same.
Like the same,
So
concept thingy.
okay, 1 second, I'm getting to it.
Be the same.
Also, the characters in your story, I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. They're just doing things, but don't worry about that right now. Okay.
Like you mean like when he made the chili peppers?
Well, I mean, in the story, when people do things in the story, they have to have a reason why. There has to be a reason why they're doing it. Do you know what I'm saying?
The guy made the chili peppers because on the quiz
But
card
you have
it said
to,
he was
but
like
you have to
asking.
make that. But that has to be clear. But that has to be clear in the story why they're doing what they're doing. Okay.
They're doing that
Oops.
because
Right. This is not what it. This is
they
not
need to
what.
fight cyber trolls.
Okay. I think I can. So if you win, they mix that like if you had integers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were twins, well then they would be both the same integer. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I made it so So I made it like that because that's just what came to mind.
Okay, no, I mean that's fine. So what are we doing? What do I want you to do with your short story?
Correct it and
No, it's not correcting. I want you to
make
iterate.
everything make sense.
I want you to iterate. Okay? So when you write a short story,
Yep.
you write a first draft. The first draft is not going to be perfect. It's going to, it's going to be a beginning, and then what you're going to do is you're going to edit it over and over, okay?
Mhm.
And unfortunately, the reality of coding is that the code is never finished. It's always being worked on, okay?
Wait, so a code will never be perfect?
Let's say, I mean, if you bought a video game and the game worked, most of what you wanted the video game to do works, then that's good. But
Uh,
but there probably is going to be something in the game that for some reason there's a bug somewhere and it's not usually not everything in the video game is going to work perfectly. Usually there are some bugs. Okay, so let's say you said three pairs of twins. Okay.
Yep.
So the first pair are value and variable. What I would do is I would change it to, I mean, what you could do is you could say a first pair of integers, and then you could make, let's say, like you could make one integer 7 and the other integer 5. And then second,
or I could make it so it's like they're all friends and not brothers.
or you could do that. That's fine. I would say what I would make more sense to me would be if you had two friends who were integers, and then another two friends who were floats, and third pair of friends who were strings. That would make more sense to me. Okay, that would make more sense because I don't see how a value and a variable they're related, but they're not twins. Do you know what someone was saying? Am I making any sense? Are you still there? Hello? Did I lose you? Okay. You froze. So I didn't know. Okay. Am I making any sense?
I couldn't even hear you.
Okay. It would make more sense to me if the friends or the twins were the same kind. Okay. You and your brother, you're both what?
We're both brothers.
Okay. Since you're both brothers, what are you? What's your ethnicity?
Wait, what's our what now?
Your ethnicity.
What's ethnicity?
I'm Korean American. You are?
Oh, I'm Indian Canadian.
Right. And your brother is?
Also Indian Canadian.
He's not Japanese American, right? Or Japanese Canadian, right?
Nope.
Okay. So not that friends have to be the same ethnicity, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I have a friend that's Chinese Canadian. China and India are totally different.
Right. So but in this situation, right? So the friends or the twins, so it would make more sense to be the same type. Okay? So like the integer 5 and the integer 3. Okay? Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
Okay, that would make a little bit more sense to me, I think. Okay?
Master Han, do you hear that?
They hear what? Okay, get a piece of. Okay, Tanay, get a piece of paper and a pen. Get ready to be attacked.
Okay, wait. My pencil is gone. Oh no, where's my pencil?
Okay, I need to remove control, right? Oops. Abort control.
Eraser. Eraser. Where's the eraser? What's this?
I have no idea. I'm not playing anything.
Yeah, because it's from this
Tanay,
speaker.
next week, have your pencil and paper ready, okay?
Yep. Oh. Okay. Wait. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, we just have to wait for the cards to show up. Sorry. Okay. Okay, this is just okay. I'm not expecting you to know this answer. So I think I don't think we did this yet. So this is an example of what a level 2. What level are you right now, Tanay?
0.
No, you're not
Mr.
even level
Han,
0.
I don't see the cards.
You don't see anything?
Wait, Mr. Han.
Okay, you know what? I must be sharing the
No, I
wrong
see
thing.
just Google. That's all I see. I see Google.
Okay, sorry. I must be sharing the wrong thing. 1 second. I apologize. Sorry. Okay, you can see this now? You see anything now? Tanay, please stop playing with that. Put that away, please. Tanay, put that away, please.
It says Han Wang has started screen sharing.
Okay. But you don't see the level 2 card?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you do now?
It says, what is
Okay,
the output of
this is
story?
the, okay, great. This is just an example of what a, Tanay.
Master Han, wait, there's, I think my dad is accidentally putting something on the speaker over here. I'm just gonna tell him to stop.
Okay, gotcha.
Stop putting stuff on the speaker. Okay, Master Han.
Okay, this is just an example. This is just an example of what a level 2 card. Today, you're still a level none. You need to have 500 experience points for me to promote you to level 0. Okay, Tanay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And just letting you know, today I'm gonna be teaching a new class on Thursdays in the afternoon. This is going to be mostly 6th graders. Okay, so 5 more kids are going to. What's going to happen with the leaderboard today?
Wait, 5 more kids are gonna join?
Yeah. So you don't. So what level are they going to start at?
The same level as me. Level 9.
Okay. Do you want them to blow past you?
Nope.
Okay. This is a meritocracy. I don't give anything. You have to earn it. Today, stop playing with the camera.
I'm not playing with anything.
Okay. You have to earn it, okay? So you're very close to, you're getting close to 300 experience points. Okay?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay?
Yep.
Okay, so remember your assignment, let me see. The assignment was, okay, I gave you a trinket.io lesson to do. Lesson. Okay. And also, you need to redo your story. You need to do a rewrite.
I have to redo what?
You need to rewrite the story. Okay.
Sorry.
Rewrite short story. Okay. And what else do you need to do today if you have time?
Watch the videos.
Boy, don't make it sound like it's a punishment.
I'm just really sleepy. I went to sleep at like 11. 20 points.
No. Do you know what the answer is?
Yes.
What is the answer? You tell me. Tell me what the answer is. I'll give you
The
I'll give you 50 points if you can tell me the answer.
The answer is 3.
Nope, it's not 3.
Nah.
It's not 3. It's not 3. You're not a level 1. If you were level 1, you probably could figure it out.
Gotta get this right.
Okay, now this is another example of a level 2. I think we did this together, didn't we?
Oh, this was the one with 3.
No,
the other one. This.
Oh,
this,
you see, you're trying to memorize the answers. You can't, Tanay.
Yeah.
I'm a martial arts master. You can't fool me, okay?
Okay.
That's not gonna work. Okay, this you should know. You should know this. For 5 points. For 5 points, how do I swap 9 and 6 in one line of code?
M comma N equals N comma M.
Okay, very good. Give yourself 5 points. Good job. Okay. Okay. This is worth 5 points. This should be easy.
Yeah. Z to the X, X to the Y, Y to the Z.
Okay. It's a wrap, right? Z to the X, X to the Y, Y to the Z. And now I'm all back to where, I'm back to where I started. Okay. I'm not a good rapper, but, Okay, that's 5 points. Good job. Okay, this is new.
Scalability.
You should write this down because it's gonna be a long one.
Scalability.
Scalability.
It's basically.
Whoa. Let me whoa. The scalability is the ability. Are you writing this down?
Wait. Scalability. Oh no. Oh no. Master Han, I need to get a new piece of paper.
Hurry up. I only have 9 more minutes now.
Scalability is.
Okay, just write down the keyword. Scalability is the ability. Write down ability.
Ability
Of a computer system. So write down computer system.
Computer system. Yeah.
To adapt.
To.
Just write down the word adapt.
Adapt.
To increased demands. Okay? Though you don't have to write increased demands. Okay? So you know what Amazon is, right?
Yep.
Now, with Amazon, right? Do you know how many computers? Do you know how many computers they have in their data center to make Amazon the website work? Do you know how many computers they have in their data center?
Easily over 1,000.
So many. You would be amazed how many they have. Now, when Amazon, right? So their magic sauce, their secret sauce is scalability. Okay. When more and more people are going online to buy more things, their computer system can adapt to the increased demand. Okay. So more users. Okay. Let's say you make a video game, right? Are you following along with me today? Oops, did I lose you? Hello?
No.
So let's say you make a video game, right? For the smartphone, right?
Yep.
Let's say if you have only like 100 players playing your game in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
then more and more people want to play the game.
Yep.
So what do you need your computer system to be able to do when 1 million people want to play your game?
Adapt to the number of people, of players.
Right, right. So all you had to say was scalability. Your video game, your smartphone video game, it has to have what?
It has to have scalability.
Right, scalability. What happens if it doesn't have scalability? Like no more than 2,000 people can play the game. Is that a problem?
Oh.
Right? So only 2,000 people can play the game, and then the 2,001st person, they're told, no, you can't play the game. What are people going to say about your game?
Garbage.
Okay, right. Okay, so video games, online video games, they have to have scalability. Okay?
Okay.
If it's 1,000 players or 10,000 or 1 million players, if your game cannot scale, then the game is just, no one's going to play that game. Okay?
Even if it's the best game voted the best game in the world, nobody can play it, and it's completely free.
Well, I mean, the beginning, right? In the beginning, when you're making your game, not many people are going to play the game because nobody knows anything about it. Okay? But one of the things that you need to really focus on is, hey, let's say it's you and your brother and your mother, you're working on a video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to, what does the video game have to do? It has to be what?
It has to be scalable.
Right, but besides, yeah, it has scalable, but it has to be also what?
I don't know.
Fun, right?
Fun? Yeah, definitely.
Right. The game has to be fun, okay? But also it has to be scalable. Right. Very good. You said scalable. Give yourself 3 points.
3 million points. Nice.
No, I didn't say 3 million points. Come on. 3
How many
points.
zeros are in a million? 5, right?
No, I said 3 points today. Come on. This is not a negotiation. Python is a compiled language. True or false? Is Python a compiled language? True or false?
True.
No, it's not. It's an interpreted. We went over this. Python is an interpreted language. You need an interpreter.
Complicated.
I'm sorry?
I thought that compiled meant complicated.
No. Compiled. Okay. Compiled. There are two different type of languages. Compiled languages and interpreted languages. What is Python?
Interpretive.
It's an interpreted language, okay? Okay, this is new. What is a CIO?
A CIO?
CIO is a Chief Information Officer. Chief Information Officer. The CIO this is the person, man or woman, who is responsible or manages the computer's IT systems. So the IT system would include the company's website, the company's email, the company's database, all the computers, all the software that the computers use, all the phones, all the smartphones, laptops, tablets, whatever the company uses to make the company run, this person is responsible. Okay? So if you're if the CIO Tanay, right? I'm the CEO, right? I'm your boss. Okay? I'm the CEO, right? You're the CIO. What happens when the network goes down, Tanay? Am I happy?
No.
No. Who am I going to be calling? Who am I be calling to have a talk with if the network goes down?
Me.
What, you? Because you're the CIO, right? I'm going to say, today, what's going on? The network is down. How much am I paying you? What am I paying you for? Okay? Okay?
Yeah, all that CEO stuff.
What is a CIO?
A CIO is a Chief Information Officer.
Officer, okay. So now the next type of chief officer is a chief technology officer, CTO.
CTO.
Chief
And then
technology officer,
and then
okay?
there's the Chief Executive Officer, the boss of everyone.
See, okay. Well,
Guy
they,
with the
they
golden
everyone
hat.
works together. Everyone works together, okay? The
Yeah,
CTO,
and
Tanay,
but the
Tanay,
CE. Yeah.
Tanay, please listen. I'm running out of time. The CTO is responsible for the technology.
Yep.
The CTO is responsible for the technology that moves the company's
Tech.
company tech or company forward. Okay.
Yeah. Master
So
Han
yes,
is the CEO guy, the guy with the golden office. Everything's made of gold plated.
I don't think so, but maybe metaphorically, but not literally. So the
I meant,
CTO, if we think of Domino's, right?
yeah.
So when you order, you've ordered Domino's pizza before, right?
I love Domino's.
Okay, so good. You know what Domino's is. So Domino's, right? They have technology that allows you to order pizza on your Xbox, right?
On my Xbox?
Yeah, you can order
On my
pizza on from the Xbox. Okay,
cool.
okay. So the ability of Domino's to take orders from the Xbox, who's responsible for that? Is it the CIO or the CTO?
Mr. CTO,
CTO,
man.
okay. Now the CIO is responsible for the website, the computers, laptops that are
The
inside the
information
company.
basically.
Right, the information.
Like,
The CIO is
he's
responsible for
basically
the,
in charge of all the orders.
I'm sorry?
He's basically
Well,
in
I
charge
mean, he's not
of
responsible for taking the orders. He or she is responsible to make sure that customers
our
can
happy.
order pizza from Domino's as fast and as easily as possible, right? Because that's important, right? If you make it really hard, if you're the CTO for Domino's, right?
Yep.
And you make it hard for people to order pizza on their phones or laptops, Xboxes, is the CEO going to be happy?
No. But
No,
at
the
least
CEO is going to fire you, right?
yeah, but you have to go to this office so he can fire you. But at least you get to see the gold plated office.
Okay, I don't know where you got the idea to go later on. Okay, so the CTO is responsible for the company's technology that moves the company forward. And by forward, usually that means more customers, more locations,
Blah 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 blah.
to grow the company.
Yeah.
The CIO is responsible for the computer systems that's inside the company. Okay.
Yeah. Like like information and blah blah
The
blah.
information also make sure that the information is backed up, it's safe, that no hackers don't break into the network. It's
They can
okay.
get pizza for free.
Right. Is Python an interpreted language or a compiled language? Is
Mr.
Python
Interpreter.
okay? Give yourself 5 points. Okay.
Plus 5 points.
Okay, we're running out of time. This will be the last one. What is iteration?
Iteration is the I forget the word. Is the repetition of a process that moves closer to a solution.
Okay, iteration. Okay. Now I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna close by letting you know that iteration is just not a part of the coding lesson. It's a life lesson. Okay. No one, very few. Well, I don't know. No one. I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I am 100% sure. Nobody ever just learned how to code in one day. No one ever did that. Okay. How
And
long does it take to learn how to code?
at least a few million years.
Not a million years, but it does. But you can't do it in one day or one week. Probably not. Maybe if you're really smart, you could do it in 1 month. But usually it takes a long time. Okay. How long did it take me to learn how to code? You think I did it in one day?
50 years.
I'm sorry?
50 years. That's
50
how
years?
long.
No, not 50 years. So what I did was I took courses I would go to a class, right, at Hunter College, long time ago, 1990, I graduated in 1994, long time ago. So I go to the computer science, we have computer science classes. Then what did I do after that? Did I just go home and go to sleep?
No, you have to study.
I had to study, but also I had to work on coding exercises and problems. So I went to the computer lab because computers back then were expensive, right? So I went to the computer lab and then I coded and I coded. And this is what I did today. Look, this is what I did. I banged my head against the wall because it's hard. Learning how to code is hard, okay? Kept banging my head against the wall, right? Because guess what would happen to my code? Would my code, don't do that. Don't do that today. Would my code work perfectly the first time?
No, but
No,
I think
no.
I knew what you were missing.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me finish my story. So I had to practice and practice. So every time I'm practicing to code, what am I doing today?
You are iterating.
Okay, very good. We're iterating, right? Okay. So whether it's learning to drive, Tanay, don't hide your face. So whether it's learning to drive or learning to walk or learning to run or learning French or learning English or learning Hindi, was there ever an Indian boy or girl who just woke up one day and started speaking in Hindi and Urdu?
Mm, that could be the case if you
No, no.
if you already learned
No Indian child in India or outside of India just woke up and started speaking Hindi and Urdu. That never ever happened. What do you have to do?
Was born and started speaking Hindi and Urdu.
No one was ever born doing that, okay? So every Indian child in India has to practice speaking whatever their dialect or language is, right? Over and over and over, okay?
Like my brother, he's like he knows how to speak sentences that make sense. Like I'm just playing with my toys, or this is my mommy.
Right. So what is he doing right now?
He's obviously
iterating.
doesn't know how to say. He
Right.
already knows how to say Harry Potter, by the way.
Okay, but he's iterating. He's practicing and practicing. So every time he iterates and practices speaking English, French, Hindi, Urdu, whatever it is, what happens? He's getting what?
Better.
He's getting better, okay? He's getting better. Just like you, when you were his age, you were speaking in very, incomplete sentences, right?
Not really. My mom keeps on saying that I all day every day. Like she says I was probably the first child to learn to talk in like 1 month.
Okay. Were you able to learn how to code in 1 month?
No.
No.
It's been 1 month.
I'm sorry?
It's been 1 month.
It's been 1 month. Well, how much coding do you think you know now?
20%? No, not even 20%, like 10%.
Well, I mean, you've already learned a lot of the important concepts, so that's good. Okay, so what is your total today?
My total? Let me just
Did you give yourself 5 points for iteration?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
Scorekeeping is your job, okay?
Plus 5. Huh?
Scorekeeping is your job, by the way.
Okay. I have over 300.
Well, what is the score that I'm adding to your score now?
Okay, let me see. 300.
How many points did you earn during this session?
Let me see. Wait. 301. 301.
Okay, you're saying your total is now 301. Okay. 301. Okay. 301. Okay. Okay, so your assignment is the Trinket.io lesson about numbers. And you're going to get quizzed on that next week, by the way. And I need you to rewrite the short story, okay? If you have any questions,
Master Han?
yes, yes.
For the trinket thing, am I allowed to have help from my mom? Because
Yeah, sure. You're
most of
sure.
it doesn't make sense.
Try to do as much as possible by yourself, please. Okay?
Okay.
Try to do as much as possible by yourself, and if you have any questions, you can ask me or you can ask your mom to help you. That's fine. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So have a good week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good weekend, okay? Is everyone good?
Okay.
Is everyone doing well? Everyone's okay?
Yeah, you could say that. Mine is Ane driving me crazy.
Well, I think we talked about this before. He's your little brother. That's his job. That's his job. It's his
Master Han,
job to drive you crazy.
you have siblings?
Well, look. I can guarantee. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna guarantee that as he gets older, he's gonna be driving you less and less crazy. Okay? Because he'll
Okay.
get older. Okay? But you said he's 2, right?
Yeah.
He's a baby. Come on.
Yeah, but
He's gonna drive you
but
crazy. Okay?
everybody says it's terrible to use.
Yeah, terrible twos. Okay, I'm pretty sure you had terrible twos too. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but not as much as my brother.
Okay. Well, that's an opinion. I haven't. Let's talk to if I talk to your mother and father, they might have a different opinion. But anyway, and also as I update more quiz cards, especially the level 0 quiz cards, you need to familiarize them yourself with them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The level 1 and the level 2 quiz cards are there for you. I'm uploading all of them so that you can be familiar with them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you're more than halfway past. So you're now only need to have about 199 more points. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, next time have your pencil and paper ready. Please don't have. If I have to remind you again, come on. You should know that by now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, and stay healthy, stay safe. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
How do you do this? Um,
I need to stop this.